Dickie drove his luxury black sedan, lights reflecting on the puddles that covered the city streets. The windshield wipers rhythmically battled the droplets that fogged his view, but his mind was elsewhere, lost in the shadows of the important presentation he had ahead. As he stopped at a red light, a scene on the roadside captured his attention and diverted his meticulously aligned thoughts. Under the weak glow of a streetlight, a hunched figure stirred his compassion. A young woman with a baby wrapped in a tattered blanket was hunched against the cold, trying to shield the child from the merciless rain. Help them, don't just pass by. Trying to rid himself of the intrusive thought. It's raining, and I really don't have time right now, he argued with himself, his hand on someone else will help, they have to. The light turned green, and he accelerated, trying to leave the image behind. Conscience is a tenacious adversary. Hand on the steering wheel trembling slightly. The woman and the baby haunted him, a constant reminder in his rearview mirror of his own humanity and vulnerability. It wasn't long before a more sinister figure detached from the shadows. A tall man with his hood pulled over his head began to approach the woman threateningly. She tried to move away but tripped and fell with a muffled scream, clutching the baby tightly against her. That was too much for Dickie to ignore. He hit the brakes, parked the car with a sharp stop, and jumped out, unconcerned about the rain now soaking him. The man, noticing his approach, turned around and vanished as quickly as he had appeared, swallowed by the night.
Are you all right?
He asked, extending his hand cautiously. She looked up, surprised by the sudden presence of a stranger. Yes, I think so, replied hesitantly, her voice trembling more than her soaked shoulders. Dickie knew his night was about to take a completely different turn from what was planned, but something inside him felt this was exactly where he needed to be. As he settled the woman and the baby in the passenger seat, the rain lessened as if even the sky paused to breathe. As he drove towards the hospital, the woman began to introduce herself. My name is Lily Thompson, she said, her voice still shaky, and this is Claire, my daughter. Dickie nodded, a sign that he had listened, but his eyes remained fixed on the road ahead. The important meeting would have to wait. As the car glided through the now quiet streets after the rain, his attention was continuously drawn to the woman beside him. Lily held Claire close to her chest, the child's small head hidden under the blanket she used to shield her from the cold. In life, sometimes it's hard to decide between saving a life and attending to what seems important. At that moment, I knew I had made the right choice. This script captures Dickie's dilemma as a lifeguard coach in Port Dickson, highlighting his ultimate decision to save a life despite having other responsibilities. The narrative emphasizes the importance of his choice and the values that guide his actions.